Whoa, the music is so loud. The music is quieter now. Hey everybody! Week 5. We got blown back last week, but we're still sitting pretty at a 3-1 record. This week we're taking on Dr. BB Raff. Big week because we have the same team. Well, we have the same gimmick for this season where neither of us took Pokemon higher than 15 points in cost. I think he probably did a better job of executing the plan than I did, although his speed tiers are bad, as you can see. His fastest Pokemon is Tauros, and then he's got a bunch of stuff in the 90 to 100 range. And a reasonable Trick Room mode, Slowbro X, Dragalge X, potentially Tinkaton, is effective, especially with like taunt support from Murkrow as well to, prevent opposing Trick Room and stuff like that, or do some fun mix-ups. Toedscruel is also a good bulky Trick Room setter that can get it off. But Trick Room mode isn't that good, definitely not good into mine, because his Trick Room mode is 2 poison types and I have Mudsdale, and his fast mode ain't that fast. So his main idea is to surprise his opponents with unexpected Terra Blasts and stuff like that, unexpected Brings, and have so many Pokemon on his roster that you can't really prep for everything, whereas he can maybe target a different team. So this matchup is really cool, because that's the same thing I'm trying to do. My team, I think his team has more value, more offensive potential. He's got really strong attackers in Dragalge, the Cleaver, and the Brambleghast. I don't really have anything at their strength level, but my team has maybe a little bit more bulk and also better speed tiers for sure. But, this really is going to be anyone's game here. I think the matchup is pretty even because both of us have a lot of tools to deal with the opponent's stuff. Everything on my team has a counter on his team. Everything on his team has a counter on my team. So it's really going to be fun. You can see my expected brings down there. I think pretty much everything is likely to come. Ditto I've highlighted in blue because it's Ditto and there's not that much you can do to prep for it. I mean, you can run sub to prevent imposter. You can run like moves with with high PP to like stall it out of PP since it has low PP. You can not run setup stuff or abuse Terra and stuff like that. But I mean, my team isn't super weak to Ditto coming in and copying me, so I think that's good enough. Everything else I think is unlikely to come, or kind of equally likely to come. Rotom I think is a must bring for the ORTHWORM specifically. Tauros I think is maybe the least likely to come because it loses to my double Intimidators, can't hit Basculegion unless it runs Wild Charge. Neither of its stabs hit Fungus or Kilowattrel. No, Kilowattrel gets hit by Wave Crash, but Kilowattrel kills it with both of its stabs. Hawlucha beats it as well. But, Raging Bull has an argument to break Morgrem screens, and having a fighting type into Stantler is valuable, so it could totally come. And then, I thought Brambleghast wasn't coming, because I beat it with Tauros and with Kilowattrel, not with Hurricane, but with Air Slash, and can't really do that much damage to Goodra, and ORTHWORM kind of walls it, and I have a Dark type in Morgrem, which could potentially foul play it and one-hit KO it. Hawlucha beats it, and I have Intimidate. But, as you'll be able to see in a little bit, it might have a good plan. But my main issue here is really only Rotom and potentially a Flamethrower on Slowbro, outside of like a weird Terra, is going to be able to beat a boosted ORTHWORM, who I think is looking really good here. So here's what I'm expecting him to bring. Rotom, not necessarily Scarf or Choice at all, could absolutely be Citrus, could absolutely be Resist Berry, could be a like a Super Berry, an Agua Berry, or something like that. But a Trick I think is strong. A Will-O-Wisp, good into my team as well. Both of us I think have a lot of value from Will-O-Wisp because we have a lot of physical attackers being very wide teams. Of course, a lot of special attackers as well. I didn't mark Protect on any of these Pokemon, but I think any of them could run Protect. I don't think any of these Pokemon need all 4 of their move slots unless it's an Imprisoned Trick Room Slowbro. Then I don't think it can fit Protect. And I think Murkrow probably can't fit Protect, but everything else probably is able to do so. Tinkaton I think definitely comes to support here. Gigaton Hammer offensively isn't that good, and there's not one Terra Blast that works well with it. Dragalge I think could totally come offensively. I think Sugar Berry makes a lot of sense on it. It could also just be, you know, an offensive item or an eject pack or, you know, something else that's kind of funky. Could definitely run Protect on that. Draco and Sludge Bomb is not amazing into my team, but, you know, Focus Blast covers the ORTHWORM, and it could definitely use poison moves against Hatterene and Morgrim specifically. Tauros, I think, has to be Clear Amulet if it comes, or maybe, like, you know, White Herb or Eject Pack, but just because I have so much Intimidate. But I think these 4 moves give it good coverage. Then Headbutt hits Fungus, Wild Charge hits Basket Legion, Close Combat and Wave Crash both are strong stabs. Of course, like I mentioned before, Raging Bull also is reasonable into Morgrim. I guess I'm going to go through all the guys. Yeah, trying to go through them quickly. Toadscroll, I think, probably is going to be Mental Herb if it's here, just because I don't have great taunt, but Morgrim is a very solid taunter, and it mainly wants to be clicking status moves. Spore is his best way of shutting down Trick Room on either Hatterene or Stantler, because Mycelium might hits through Magic Bounce and a Sap Sipper. He doesn't have good offense here at all. Leaf Storm or Earth Power both look pretty bad into my team, but Taunt and Foul Play are both, I think, valuable tools that he could run. Foul Play looks not amazing into my team, but it's good enough damage and means he doesn't have to invest anything in his offenses. Slowbro is his only option for Imprisoned Trick Room unless Toadscroll gets it, which I don't think it does, but I need to check that. I think it could certainly come. Slowbro can beat Hatterene, and even if it does end up in Trick Room, it could potentially Quick Draw, Quick Claw faster than Mudsdale and slap it with a Ice Beam or a Hydro Pump. I don't know if Slowbro comes because I really do pressure it a lot with Mudsdale and with ORTHWORM resisting both of its stabs and Basket Legion as well with Blaster Specs. But Flamethrower from it is going to be really effective to potentially beat the ORTHWORM, which I think he probably will identify as a big threat. Cleaver here, you know, Cleaver's always good. He could always bring it just clicking Stone Axe, Rock Attacks. I think Cleavor has a really great role here. He sets up Tailwind and goes for Stone Axe on my Kilowatt Roll. That's his best way to kill the Kilowatt Roll on this team and outspeed it. So that could frankly always come and always be a threat. And Cleavor's just really strong with rock moves. Not great into ORTHWORM again, but you know, he could potentially run Close Combat for ORTHWORM, which with a Life Orb boost would still do great damage. Murkrow, I think, is a pretty likely bring. Brave Bird is really valuable into my Tauros, into my Halucha, into my Fungus, and you know, Tailwind. I think he almost definitely brings Taunt. He can taunt my Stantler, even though he can't taunt Hatterene, but he can also taunt Kilowatt Roll turn 1 and then set Tailwind turn 2 to guarantee speed control that way. Can taunt Fungus, and I think Icy Wind is pretty likely to come as well as an option there, but you know, Murkrow has a lot of stuff. Haze is reasonable for my Intimidates, Foul Play, Feather Dance for sure, lots of other options. Frostmoth here, Ice coverage is good into me, resisted by Basket Legion and by ORTHWORM, so I thought, you know, a Terra Fire, Terra Blast might make sense if he has other stuff on the team to cover for the Basket Legion. Wide Guard is pretty effective too, I think. My team doesn't do a lot of spread damage, but Hatterene definitely relies on that if it's clicking Dazzling Gleam, so it might be feeling worth it, and you know, that protects Frostmoth from rock slides as well, which is probably what I'd run on Mudsdale to hit it. If it Quiver Dances up and is able to use Ice Beam into a lot of my team, that could definitely be a threat. I didn't think Brambleghast was going to come. I thought that was the least likely bring, and then my friend Matt said his most likely bring would be Brambleghast, that he would build the whole team around this specific set with Terra Ghost, Terra Blast. Now, Triple Ghost move, probably not the move, so that Phantom Force or the Protect or the Sneak probably turns into Power Whip, so he can hit my Morgrim for neutral and Stantler. Worth noting, Stantler with Sap Sipper would fully wall any Brambleghast, but unless it's Terra, like some other flavor of Terra Blast, which it absolutely could be. Braf has done it before, but it can't really hit Brambleghast back. So this particular set with Terra Ghost, Terra Blast does really good damage into my team, and so I had to make some changes to my prep to account for that. It needs the Clear Amulet to not get intimidated, in which case it's much less of an issue, to keep its +1 boost, and it is still a frail Pokemon, so I think Protect is really valuable on it, as well as Shadow Sneak to get a little more damage out if it doesn't have the speed control benefit. Here's the team I'm bringing. Junk food, baby. Gummy Worms in space. Starting off with Gummy Worm. ORTHWORM is finally coming off the bench, and I'm so happy to say that. Iron Defense Body Press here looks really good. If we just, are we going to do it? We're going to do it. Bop, 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 bop. Looking at this team, ORTHWORM resists the stab moves from Murkrow's Brave Bird, both of Cleavor's stabs, both of Tinkaton's stabs, both of Toadstool's stabs, both of Dragalge's stabs, both of Slowbro's stabs, and both of Frostmoth's stabs. The only Pokemon that hit it for neutral with stab are Tauros, Rotom, Bramblegast Ghost Move, and Foul Play from Murkrow. Now, lots of stuff can run coverage for it, but I think this is a phenomenal week for ORTHWORM. It's worth noting, of course, that the Ditto could copy me and body press me back, so I could have considered the Terra Ghost, but I think if I'm setting up Iron Defenses first, we're going kind of 1-for-1 on that. If I Terra and he doesn't have a Terra that resists body press, then I can win that interaction, and maybe just with Protect and Leftovers, I can win that interaction anyways. Heavy Slam hits the Bramblegast and the Slowbro, who are resisting the boosted body press, either immune or 4 times resist, and it hits Bramblegast for 50% of its HP with no attack investment. I have 4 speed here because ORTHWORM is speed tying with one of Breath's guys. We're going back again, speed tying with Frostmoth, so if Frostmoth has 0 speed, I can Heavy Slam it before it gets an attack off. Yeah, pretty standard set. Terrifier here is to resist the overheat from Rotom and also avoid getting burned. Makes me weak to Tauros, Raging Bull, or Wave Crash, but if I'm boosted up with Iron Defense, that's not that big of a deal, and it's able to hit me anyways with fighting moves, and then it only makes me weak to Cleavor as well, which hopefully if I have ORTHWORM in front of Cleavor, I don't have to Terra, and I can just beat it 1v1. It also isn't going to hit me with a rock move, so I can Heavy Slam or Body Press it on the one turn that I Terra and potentially come out on top. For this to work, we need to get rid of the Rotom Heat specifically. I can't even really 1v1 it, even if it goes for Overheat, even though I am max Special Defense. Just because it special attacks are going to beat me up. So to shore up that matchup, we have Nachos. Nachos the Hawlucha is a counter to both the opposing Tauros and the opposing Rotom Heat. Power Herb Dig with Mold Breaker is going to kill Rotom through Levitate, and even if that doesn't work, I also have Entrainment, which I can use to remove one of my opponent's abilities, which could be beneficial into, say, the Bramblegast or the Murkrow, if I don't want them to get to use their abilities effectively, or the adaptability on what's his face, Dragalge, lots of options, and also allows me to remove Levitate so that my Pokemon with Earthquake could potentially take out the Rotom. I also have Brave Bird because Brave Bird is just good coverage here. Flying is great into the Tauros specifically, as well as the Toadstool if I end up getting redirected in that case. I originally had Terra Flying on this, but I went with Terra Ground just in case he has a Rotom and Murkrow setup, and Murkrow allows Rotom to be faster than Hawlucha before Tailwind goes up from my side, because you see I am bringing Kilowattrel here. The third part of this plan is Tauros. We have Earthquake on this set. The EVs with HP and defense investment are enough to live a Adamant, Terra Ghost, Terra Blast at +1 from a Clear Amulet Bramblegast, or a Choice Banded Terra Blast after it and Intimidate, which is the same roll. And then we're max speed to speed tie his Toadstool and Tauros, and Earthquake, Flare Blitz, Stone Edge is good coverage. Stone Edge will hit the Rotom if it isn't affected by Entrainment, and Earthquake will hit it if it is affected by Entrainment. Hopefully I can combo Tauros next to Hawlucha Entrainments, and Tauros Earthquakes on the same turn, so that Braff doesn't have a chance to Terra or switch out of that. Spatchcocked is the fourth part of the fast mode. You can see I have 2 slow mode guys in the back as well. Spatchcocked with Terra Normal is going to be a surprise immunity to Bramblegast's Terra Blast if the Terra Blast Ghost truly pops off. Not going to rely on that game 1, but if Braff beats me up with that, I at least have something for it game 2, in addition to the potential Stantler switch-in. Tailwind here, I can get it most of the time. Protect on a potential Tinkaton Fake Out. We've got competitive for the opposing Tauros's Intimidate, and then Thunderbolt and Air Slash are just good coverage here. Obviously not running Hurricane so that I can hit Bramblegast. We have a different mode here. This mode probably still has the ORTHWORM and the Tauros on it, but I also wanted to bring just a mix-up version so that he can't just counter lead my fast mode stuff, and that he doesn't feel like he can always just click Tailwind with Murkrow, click super strong moves with Kleavor and win. So this is a Terra Psychic Hatterene. Psychic is actually the best coverage into Braff. He's got a bunch of poison types, and he has a steel type? Does he have a steel type? We're going back. He's got a lot of Pokemon on his team, so I forget. He has a steel type in Tinkaton, right? So Dazzling Gleam is not Hatterene's best move. It's actually going to be Psychic and Psyshock, which with Terra Psychic and a Life Orb is getting a lot of 1-hit KOs. You'll notice that I don't have Trick Room on this Hatterene. That is a calculated risk. If he leads Taunt into Stantler, I cannot safely fix Trick Room, but I can get off really good damage with Helping Handed, Terra Psychic moves. Stantler, of course, is the last part of the team. This is the Trick Room setter. It's got enough HP and defense investment to live a close combat from the Clear Amulet Water Tauros, although I don't really want to go down to 1% HP because I'm very weak to a double up in that scenario. Also have Terra Ghost for the Fake Out and the close combat. The only thing that beats this in terms of Trick Room is Imprison or Taunt or a Whirlwind or a Roar or something like that, which are more niche options, I think, than the Fake Out and the close combat. And if those guys come up, if I see those facing me, I'm just going to go for attacks because ORTHWORM doesn't need speed control to win, and I just need to get rid of that Rotom to allow ORTHWORM to potentially 4v1. There's the team. Let's let Braff know that we are ready. Yep. Sorry for delay. I don't know if you can see that. You can see it now. We'll go into Showdown. Find, is his name BB Raff? Challenge. Break D. Week 5 versus Braff. Let's see, does Toadscruel get Imprison and Trick Room? Imprison, it doesn't. Cool. We do see the Bramblegast. We see the Ditto. Very interesting. Okay, why do you go for Ditto this matchup? Wow, he has Bramblegast and Murkrow in the first 2 slots. I think he is going for the Terra Ghost, Terra Blast. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, let's get the other games going. What do we not see? We don't see the Frostmoth, which is great. No Wide Guard is good, so I can do damage with Earthquake. Game 2. And we're gonna go with game 3. We don't see the Slowbro, so the only answer to my ORTHWORM is going to be that Rotom. I do expect the Rotom to come, especially because he sees ORTHWORM at team preview. That Tauros is not going to be ideal for me either. So, game 1, good luck, have fun. What is Braff doing here? Who is he not bringing? We don't see Toadscruel, which is great. I don't have to worry about the potential Spore. He's got Taunt on Murkrow, and that's it. So getting Trick Room up seems feasible. We don't see Kleavor, which is cool. Kleavor was scary. We don't see Dragalge, which makes sense. We do see the Ditto. So is Ditto going to be Choice Scarf? Is it going to be Leftovers? Is it going to be Quick Claw? Hard to say. Can't say for sure. What are my safest leads here? I think game 1, you kind of do want to do Murkrow in the lead. Do I want to rely on Spatchcocked the Kilowattrel to set up Tailwind game 1? After Tailwind, Murkrow, I have to protect on the Fake Out. No, because if he has Murkrow plus Tinkaton lead, and he sets up Tailwind that turn, even if he fakes out Kilowattrel, or even if I have to protect the next turn, he's not going to be able to KO me with anything. So Kilowattrel is a pretty safe lead here. Also lets me get off a competitive boost from this Tauros, unless it's Anger Point or Cudshoe, which could be. Would rather not, if that's okay. Since I'm recording smiley face. Of course. Right. Well, I usually do take forever. So, do we want to lead with Trick Room game 1, or do we want to lead with the Kilowattrel plan? I think Trick Room... If I don't get a Tailwind, it's not great, but if I don't set up Trick Room, it's not the end of the world. So let's do Trick Room game 1 and see what he wants to do. Murkrow, Brambleghast, yep. As I expected, and he is Clear Amulet. Holy shit, is this going to be Terra Ghost, Terra Blast? Okay. Do we think Murkrow is going for a Taunt into Stantler? The answer is probably yes. Do we just double edge the Murkrow and protect? I think so. How much is a +1 Terra Blast from Brambleghast doing? This is Terra Ghost, Terra Blast into my ORTHWORM. Into my ORTHWORM at +1. That is a 2-hit KO. That is so scary, man. I can't keep Hatterene in. I don't have a... I could protect. He's got to go for the taunt, right? I can't just lose this turn for nothing. I think I do want to protect. And do I want to just double edge into the Murkrow? Is that going to be enough damage? Yeah. Versus Eviolite? Yeah. Protect. Dark Pulse. Power Whip and... Wow. Dark Pulse. Do we think he's going for Taunt? He didn't set Tailwind. Makes sense. Okay, that was a great turn 1 for me. I think I can go for Trick Room here. Let's do it. Nice. Okay. Cool. Double resist, switch in, set up the Trick Room. Amazing. That's enormous. Brambleghast is not killing me just yet. I think I want to set up an Iron Defense. He could be taunting with Murkrow. Okay. So let's assume there's a Rotom in the back here. Do I want to get Hatterene in? Do I want to just get damage off on the Brambleghast? Heavy Slam should be 2-hit KOing it. Let's calc that damage with double edge actually into Murkrow. That did 77. If it's not Eviolite. No, okay, so that is Eviolite. I can remove the Murkrow. Do I want to do that? I think I'm just going to attack here. Quash, interesting. Heavy Slam is a 2-hit KO, perfect. Power Whip doesn't kill, amazing. Power Whip does 50. So what do I know about that 50 from Power Whip versus my Stantler? Yep, it's Adamant. I think if it's Jolly, it doesn't do that much, ever. Jolly. Max roll from Jolly. Okay, we see the Tauros come out. I think we can go Hatterene here, and... Can we? I don't really want to take the Shadow Sneak is the issue. If I Terra Fire with ORTHWORM... See, I don't think he has the Rotom. Now, Brambleghast could certainly protect here. If I Terra Bramble... If I Terra ORTHWORM... I need to slow down. Who's more likely to be in the back? Ditto, Tinkaton, or Rotom? If he has Rotom, he brings it out here, right? And if he has Protect on Bramble, he probably goes for it. How much is Mr. Tauros doing to my ORTHWORM with Close Combat? Definitely has a chance to kill. but let's see. Do I want to save my Terra Grass on Tauros? I don't think ORTHWORM is my win condition here, so I think I'm willing to accept the close combat in exchange for damage on Bramble. Am I? In exchange for killing the Bramble? I think I'm being too... See, if I Terra Fire here, then he can just hit me with Wave Crash next turn. And I want him to close... I'd rather him close combat me than... Oh, I'm intimidated, so my Heavy Slam isn't going to kill. How much is Stantler EQ doing to Bramble? That's kind of a lot of damage. But I'm intimidated, so it's 18. And then ORTHWORM after Intimidate is... Let's try it. Shit. Okay. Nice switch. It is Rotom in the back. Extremely well played from Braf. And it's Raging Bull instead of Close Combat. Very interesting. Cool. I can Terra Fire here and attack the Rotom. I don't love that. He's doing a great job of stalling up my Trick Room. What's my best play here? If I Terra Fire or Protect... I think ORTHWORM Protect is good here. How much damage am I doing to this Rotom with a fucking Double Edge? Not much at all. Do I want to just switch in Hatterene on the potential fighting move? I think that's probably a play. Protect. Nasty plot. Oh, good lord. And Raging Bull is a 2-hit KO. Raging Bull is a solid 2-hit KO. This might be Adamant. Oh boy. Okay. He's not going for close combat. Is that choice band damage? Raging Bull into my ORTHWORM did 32? No, I don't think it's choice band damage or anything like that. Rotom is probably going for Protect here, right? Does Hatterene do enough to Rotom? It does. Do I want to just attack the Tauros? I think Rotom's going to Protect here. Do I want to switch in Tauros here to take the fire move? Do I want to just sack off Stantler? Hatterene is Psychicking here. He still has Terra. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is tough. I'm ahead on Mons, but he's done a lot of damage to me. That Raging Bull was strong. I should have sacked off my my Stantler. That would have been much better. Okay, how do I get the most out of this turn? Attack this slot. Sack Stantler. Do we see Protect? Terra Grass. Okay. There's Overheat, so he's back down to neutral. That's good. But now he's up. No, I live. Excellent. Okay. Now I have Fire Tauros. Okay. ORTHWORM is looking real good into the Tauros. If I bring out ORTHWORM, I think I gotta go my own Tauros. So this guy is super weakened. Raging Bull is not doing much into me, so I can pretty safely go for a Protect with Hatterene. And do I want to clear out the Tauros? I think I'd need to go for the Stone Edge into Liam and Protect. Do I want to go for the Terra Water? I don't think so. I have AV, so I should take this relatively well from the Rotom. He didn't go for Protect. Bramble switches out. Protect. Stone Edge misses. God damn it. Okay. Stone Edge here. And Psychic. Bramble. God damn it. That is so huge. Because this is almost definitely to a KO, right? Yeah. I think Tauros is Scarf. I'm going to make that call. Because it locked into Raging Bull, it didn't click Protect or anything like that. I think it is Scarf. Yep, that makes sense. Stone Edge hits. 61. Citrus. Okay, but the next one kills. T-Bolt doesn't do much. He might be considering T-Bolt plus Sneak into Tauros. Sneak from Bramble into Tauros. No, he wouldn't. I outspeed anyways. Stone Edge, Terra Fire. Iron Defense? Yeah. I don't think you're attacking. Yeah, cool, nice. Sneak, Stone Edge. Doesn't quite kill. He's faster, so he can get off the Raging Bull into my Tauros, which probably kills. Yeah, I didn't consider a switch there. Okay, Braff's been doing a lot of really clever switches. Yeah, Raging Bull is totally killing my Tauros here. And it's also doing good damage into my Rotom, into my ORTHWORM, whereas, yeah, okay. He might go for some sort of play here, so wasn't the best move to click with my Tauros. I need to go to page 1 Calc Dex, use Terra Grass, EQ. Doesn't necessarily pick it off. Cool, so I can ignore the Ramblegast. I'm just going to go for a Body Press into Tauros. If Tauros... No, Tauros is always going for Raging Bull here. If it Raging Bulls into my ORTHWORM, I want to remove it. So this is Flare Blitz and... Oh, I can't Body Press the Ramblegast. Right. Shadow Sneak. Cool. Oh, he's not Scarf. Okay, I win the speed tie. That's huge. Okay, he lives. That's okay. Sneak is going to finish me off. Let's do the calc into Rotom with Body Press. Not quite enough. Sneak finishes me off. Cool, really good to know. I don't know what Tauros is. How is ORTHWORM winning this? Body Press Rotom, CC Rotom. Of course you're going for a Shadow Sneak. Body Press. Yep. T-Bolt does 45. Body Press. Kills! Oh, that crit is so big that makes up for the missed Stone Edge earlier. I think I win this one now. I don't think I need to go for a Protect here or anything like that. I think that makes it through. That was a crazy tough game. RNG balances out. Did he Terra that game at all? He Terra'd Grass on the Tauros. GG's. Okay, Dark Pulse, Air Slash, Quash on Murkrow. So Terra Psychic on Hatterene is looking nice. I don't think he has Taunt. He might. Dark Pulse, Air Slash, Quash. No, last move has to be fucking... Sorry. I always forget to turn my camera back on after I do my team builder. I got a haircut today. Do you like it? Good luck, have fun. Very, very close game. Okay. Tauros didn't switch up moves. Didn't protect. Brambleghast is probably the Terra Ghost. Do we want to go for our sexy kilowatt roll? Hawlucha game plan. Rotom is citrus, which is great for me. I don't think he has protect. Not a single one of his mons used protect one time. If I go Hawlucha, do I want to lead Hawlucha, or do I want to lead Hawlucha Kilowattrel, or do I want to lead Hawlucha Tauros? I think I want Hawlucha in the back, actually. Do I go Kilowattrel Tauros? Do I just go for a Tauros lead plus Stantler? Not seeing a lot of great answers to my Kilowattrel, which is good into the Tauros. Air Slash is really good into it. Let's do this with this and Hawlucha in the back. Let's try it. You always got to switch up for game 2. Kilowattrel Tauros. Murkrow Tinkaton. Okay. Own tempo makes sense. Okay. He doesn't have taunt. I'm just gonna protect on the what do you have? Air Slash? You do have Air Slash. I'm gonna protect on the fake out. And do I want to protect on the fake out? Maybe you'll just attack with both. You fake out one, I get a kill with the other one, right? T-Bolt kills Murkrow, Flare Blitz kills Tinkaton. So, the question is Murkrow switching out into something to take the T-Bolt? And the answer is maybe? Let's throw out attacks. Terra Water. Well, here's the answer. Terra Water, Ice Hammer. Oof. Oof. Sorry. He gets his Tailwind off. We do 29. That's pretty good damage. Ice Hammer would have been great. Oh, and I get competitive. Okay. He can double into my Kilowattrel, which I think he's probably going to do. What is my Tauros going to do? Is it going to switch out to my ORTHWORM? Maybe. I don't want to take a CC. I think I got to protect here. What's my best play here? Oh, well, you know what? I did... How much with Flare Blitz? 29? Okay. So this is probably Tinkaton set. High HP. I'm down one. CC's doing 38 to 45. Now, does he kill me with a Raging Bull? He does, doesn't he? Or a Terra Blast? Kinda wish I went for Tailwind there, huh? Shit. I gotta go Hawlucha? This is tricky. Maybe ORTHWORM is the guy. Yeah. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Protect. Raging Bull plus Ice Hammer plus knockoff. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely doubling into this slot. Do I want to keep Hawlucha around? Do I want to sack off Kilowattrel? Set up a let's just go for Tailwind. Let's sack off Kilowattrel. I'm gonna get doubled up on 2, but then I get Iron Defense, which is big. If he doesn't double into me, then I get Tailwind, and then we're in a great spot. Wait, is Tailwind the move for my guys in the back? Because if I take a KO, I probably just win, right? No, he's definitely doubling into me. Okay, if I Tailwind here... I mean, Kilowattrel's probably dying regardless, right? So, thinking about this play isn't that important. No, if I take a KO, I probably win. What's more important? Tauros or Tink, it's Tauros. So this is another double into Kilowatt Roll. Yeah. Ice Hammer Miss there isn't super impactful. Oh, don't love getting knocked off with ORTHWORM. But again, if you knock me off, then I get a kill. Is there any chance in which you switch in one of your guys? I don't think so. I think you have to double here. You might play around my switches. ORTHWORM's doing good so far. ORTHWORM clutched out game 1. Will ORTHWORM be able to clutch out game 2? Is Tailwind always safer because of my Tauros and my Hawlucha in the back? Wow, too late now. Critical hit down to Sash, that's totally fine. Attacks it, totally fine. I get off, I mean, actually a pretty tough, oh right, it's a life orb Tinkaton, that's really interesting. Yeah, we'll go Hawlucha and protect. And I can Iron Defense again. Murkrow's gone, so I have the speed advantage with Hawlucha. I have Brave Bird on this Tauros. Does Brave Bird kill? Yes, it does. Let's Iron Defense up again. Oh, shit. Is Tinkaton going for Encore here? And can I kill a Tinkaton with my Brave Bird? It's a roll. You know what? Show me Encore. Show me the fucking Encore. That's fine. Iron Defense. Dig into Liam and Body Press Julian. Come on, baby. Stay in. You're not Scarf. You forgot that I'm Mold Breaker. Come on, baby. Let's go! Yes! Oh. We love when prep works out. And now I can Terra Grass. And do I want to EQ or do I want to CC? I think I want to EQ and Body Press. So glad that worked. Holy shit. I think we have this locked up with a hugely boosted ORTHWORM. Earthquake heals me up. We do some damage. CC, not very strong. And Body Press takes it out. GG. Incredible ORTHWORM game. Incredible ORTHWORM game. The Power Herb Dig Mold Breaker Hawlucha worked. I can't believe it. Oh my god. Oh. Huge GGs to Braff. Braff is such a threatening opponent. I don't think I've ever taken him on before. So it was really fun to get a chance to battle him. I might have taken him on in the BDSP season. No, he was the blue team then. Maybe my first season here in VBL. It's been a while for sure since we battled, since we didn't play last season. Or last season, which I didn't play, or the season before. Really, really good game. ORTHWORM was very scary. Life Orb Tinkaton was very scary. Very close game 1. Really good switches from him game 1. Kilowatt Roll killed the Murkrow and then basically used Follow Me a bunch of times so I could get off Iron Defenses, which worked out. Protect on Hawlucha was incredibly clutch to stall the Tailwind. Whew. Great game to Braff. And with that, we go to 4-0, which I think should have playoffs locked up for us, which I'm so excited about. All right, good games to Braff. See you guys later.